The Castile-Portugal dynamic. One of the most acceptable and most commonly seen alliance that is kept throughout the entire game of Europa Universalis multiplayer. Many of you in the past, when I've played either Castile or Portugal, have asked, why does the Castile keep the Portugal alive? Why as Castile do you choose to keep Portugal alive? Well, in this campaign, we're going to see a scenario where I play as Castile and my Portugal gives up on the campaign, leaving me with no friend in Iberia. And it's not as good as you might think. Our video today starts not at 1444 like many of my other videos, but rather right into the game where we have our world already setting up in a very interesting position. The previous player on Portugal gave up on the campaign after bankrupting after his war with the player on Yao, a Central African nation, leaving me all alone in Iberia. Like, you know, Portugal, that's why I play it. It's because it's an underdog nation. No one really expects Portugal to be #1 great GP. I'm craving a Portugal game, guys. It got buffed. It got another 1 artillery fire in its mission tree, chat. I'm getting the itch. I need to play Portugal. I initially used the Portugal AI to make max money and only take 1 province. But many people had the same exact idea. As a matter of fact, England was even doing a show strength on Portugal. We even took some of Portugal's colonies. And right now the situation doesn't look too bad, right? Well, here's where it starts. The player on Sicily attacked me, asking me for Sardinian and Corsica, 2 islands that I had conquered early on in this campaign. He wanted them, and he brought in Venice to help him out, both of them being players. He sent me a peace offer for no money, and I gave him Sardinia and Corsica.
We'll get it back later.
We'll get it back later. I don't care. So we lost an island, big deal, right? Smelling blood in the water, the Moroccan player started building up his navy and preparing to attack us. And sure enough, Morocco declared war on us. With no Portugal, I had to be my own navy and my own military. So I built up a pretty big navy expecting that Morocco was going to attack us at some point, and we were able to contest him on the seas. With Morocco making the Canaries the war goal, I had to figure out a way to be able to unsiege it and secure the province so he wouldn't get ticking war score against us and potentially be able to stab hit us out of the war. But before I could bring troops there, Morocco had committed 40,000 troops to sit on the war goal. With no Portugal ally, I decided to find allies in unlikely places, with Sicily, the nation who had just attacked me and taken some of my land. You gotta sometimes put grudges behind you and instead focus on a common enemy. Of course, I could have sat in a 1 versus 1 indefinitely versus Morocco, but that would have stunted our scaling significantly. Morocco started committing very heavily into this war and taking an insane amount of debt. I could have continued and went for 100% in this war. However, I've realized that if we just did a stab hit, the Morocco would have been already so stunted that in the next war I could have taken him on my own with no help. I kept sending stab hits here, and eventually the Morocco accepted around this battle right here. After this war, it was back to feeding off of Portugal and taking max money to help deal with the debt that we incurred from fighting these wars that we just fought. Surprisingly, the Morocco waited a significant time to actually bankrupt, even though he was so much in debt. He bankrupted 10 years after the war, and I declared war on him, and he instantly gave me the land, giving me land connection to Africa. Our first 3 idea groups were completed, Iberia was united, and we had killed the Morocco player, now having a border with Sokoto, the former Yao player. It was now time to scale. But before that, I would like to show you guys my balding spot. Every day gets bigger, man. Every freaking day. Look! Getting so thin here.
Uh...
60 years later, and we scaled into oblivion, fighting no player wars and just sitting and building up. By the way, if you want a video where I just specifically build up a multiplayer nation and I talk about how you build up, so you can reference that every time I just say, I built up, here we go, we're huge, look at us, we're rich, strongest nation in the game, by the way, then please let me know down below in the comments, and maybe I will make a scaling video for you out there who would like to watch that. Of course, you could always come to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/absolutehabibi. I play multiplayer on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 7 p.m. CET, Central European Time. I'm thinking of starting an NA-timed lobby as well. I live in California, but the thing is, most Europa Universalis multiplayer players live in Europe. But if you are interested in playing in one of these games or interested in an NA-timed lobby, please join my Discord. Down in both my Twitch and my Discord will be in the description below. Join the multiplayer fun. Players are always welcome to play. If you're new to MP, you can play as a colony. As you can see here, look at these colonies. They're getting so much money from me. They're just sitting there and getting able to build up and learn multiplayer, learning how to play on constant speed 3. And of course, you could always sign up, and if you sub other people's nations, basically when a person is needed to play and they're not around, they need a substitute player. If you continuously substitute, you get high priority for future multiplayer games. You can get your first choice, your first pick. So join the fun in my Discord, and also join the fun on my Twitch. If you just want to watch live, you can watch me play this in real time with my own personal commentary and usually some sick beats. So come by. When I'm not streaming EU4, I am streaming other things. I stream Hearts of Iron 4 on Thursdays and Saturdays, and also most nights I also stream ranked Age of Empires 2, and some days I do continue my Mass Effect run. At this point in the game, we were actually the #1 great power. We had 4 player colonies, 1 in Caribbean, 1 in Mexico, 1 in Colombia, and 1 in Brazil, and we also had been deving and developing our land significantly compared to other players. Were we the elephant of the room of this lobby? Were we very absolutely much stronger than anyone else? Not really. We had pretty much built up every single province that we could, and we had just fired our Morale of Armies event using Advisor. I took tech early, and it was time to strike our enemy to the south, Sokoto. Our colonies were ready and sitting in Iberia with me, and together we had millions of troops.
Okay, boys, don't forget about the policies and whatever the hell this small details like religion, guys. Yeah, all of this shit.
I'm going to deck like very soon, so if you want to watch
war, to microcontrol all of this shit.
Bowser, wow, second raid today. Thank you.
Habibi, how much?
We're about to start a player war. This is about to be crazy.
Sokoto was no pushover. He was in fact the second biggest nation after us, owning most of Africa. I was, however, confident that with all of my colonies here with us, we could take on this guy in a 1 versus 1. Of course, we did have to go a little bit over force limit, which was making us spend a little bit more money than we could handle, but since we were so built up, we actually could take so much debt without it actually affecting us that much. I was controlling almost 1 million troops on my own, excluding all of my colonies, which of course is very hard to micro.
wants to cut. He wants to cut from the east. He wants to cut from the east. Get out.
I'm coming. Did I just stack wipe a cannon stack?
You just get stack, cannon stack, right?
Yeah,
All right, we stack wiped here. There's too much going on. All right, if I stack wipe here, it's not intentional.
Reinforce.
Oh, I stack wiped. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not trying to do stack wipe bug intentionally.
It's just we're all reinforcing at the same time, so we...
Yeah, it
We're
just happens.
not
Okay.
trying to stack wipe bug. Oh god. Oh.
Go general on there.
Oh fuck.
I'm getting a 6 fire in there.
Put that 6 fire in there.
Gotcha.
I just stack wipe something.
Do you use bottle?
I can't send anything to these stack.
Come on, once we win this battle, we gotta help him.
Should be winning.
Yeah, he's gonna get wiped here.
I have no idea where to go, where to
You don't see anything? Then go back to the west then, where you
can't
can
see anything.
You're exploring the east.
I lost that.
Oh, he unconned.
Explore.
Okay.
Keep exploring. Keep exploring. Keep exploring.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
He's an African explorer.
I'm gonna start exploring.
The war is over. That was a freaking ridiculous war. You might be thinking, what's the problem? You're now the strongest nation. You have millions of troops. Seems like killing Portugal was the right move. It was time to continue our expansion, this time into Italy. Both Italian players were still allied to another and splitting Italy in the weirdest way possible. But as soon as I declared war on Sicily, Sokoto attacked us, putting us into a 1 versus 3 versus Sicily, Venice, and Sokoto. If only I had a Portugal that would help me in these kind of wars. Why is he saying sorry? This is good. This is good content. What is going on? Why is everyone mentally exploding? All right, we got to go to the south before he gets us on the border, before we are forced to do like cringe warfare.
Colombia.
We got to go to the south. We got to go to the south. We can. I have.
I'm going to the south. Don't worry.
I'm going for this. I'm going for this fort. Tafalat. Get in my goons. Get in my goons. Get in my goons.
Goon swarm.
This is what I'm fighting against right now. Oh, what's going on in Sicily? You gotta win that battle. We gotta win that battle in Sicily. Reinforce Tafalat. I'm remaking cannons.
Come.
I got in Tafalat. There we go. He fired a vent.
Will we make it in time? We have 1 million. Oh no, he got the fort in Sicily. All right, we gotta push Sokoto.
More troops. Get more troops in there, guys. More troops.
We're losing these battles. This is a -3, man. Pog,
Nice,
we're winning
nice,
battles.
nice.
Okay, we need to stab hit against Sokoto because I care more about winning against Sicily than Sokoto. I need a cannon stack to the north. Where's the cannon stack that I gave you, Kruder?
What's left of the magic?
Oh, I just got discipline event. Pog.
Oh,
Reinforce center, reinforce east.
Yeah, I'm reinforcing.
Oh, reinforce east. Oh, yeah, I'm moving that to Sicily. I won in the north.
Okay.
And I stack wipe here.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can retreat now.
Nice.
I'm assaulting Tuat. This is gonna cost me so much, man.
Good boys. He's attacking.
Oh, he can cut. Wait, what? You can cut there? Wait, what? How
Wait,
did
what
my
happened?
subject
Wait, how did he
find
cut
that?
200k coming, stop.
I'm assaulting. Should be quick. It should be quick. All right. Cool. Now on siege, need more reinforcements.
I need ships.
I'm putting my troops on the force march.
Can you put ships on?
Colombia, go up there.
Put out ships where?
Granada has 20.
Force marching on.
This is like their entire army here. We need more troops.
Yeah, they're probably.
Oh yeah, Sokoto's attacking it.
He's fighting in -2. He's gonna go down.
Okay, pog. Okay, back down. Ships are out.
No.
I have full hedge now. We actually have 1 million here. 1650. Jesus. That's everything I got in, so hopefully we win. Wants me to send peace. Oh my god. Oh, I just saw his country.
Everybody in the army wanted the Christmas home.
It's the career effect.
Home by Christmas, boys. Home by Christmas.
Scandinavia collected 10k.
And that was the end of the Sokoto-Sicily Wars. We were able to take Tunis and Sardinia back in our possession, but now we had to deal with an insane amount of debt that we took in order to win those wars. Positive balance. Let's freaking go. We were recovering fine from our income. However, we have lost our #1 great power status. Great Britain and Germany were omega scaling, becoming the strongest nations in the game. And now that was going to be my next opponent, Great Britain, who is now privateering the Sevilla node. If only I had a Portugal that could help me defend the Sevilla trade node. In EU4 Multiplayer, what can happen if one player gets stuck in player wars while someone next to him is not in player wars and is actually getting land from AI and expanding and developing land and becoming stronger, is that player that's not in the war will continue to outscale. And the British player understood this concept, which is why he was privateering the Sevilla node. But since he was doing it and not stopping, there was only one thing left that we could do, which was to declare war. Jeez! We actually started by winning the war against Great Britain pretty hard. We were getting closer to 95% war score, the war score needed in order to enforce peace on Great Britain. Of course, that is when Sokoto declared war in classic fashion. I'm in a war, Sokoto is going to join against me in a separate war. So I started stab hitting Great Britain in order to focus on Sokoto.
Push a couple, like assault a couple more forts, blockade them a bit, and then stab hit or enforce.
I've run out of troops. Go back defensive.
Did you just stab hit him?
I'm stab hitting him now. Okay. The stab hit was successful, but now Sokoto needed to be dealt with in the south. All right, everything in the New World get collected in one place. I need all of you guys, what you guys got. We didn't beat Great Britain fast enough, and now Sokoto had fully occupied Morocco. And to make things worse,
He has even more ships now. He has 400.
I have no one to call. Yeah, I'm fighting 2v1 here. I can't. I'm breaking. We could just try to focus GB while I'm occupied. Go. Budgermonk, thank you for the raid. I'm right now in a 2-front player war. This is actually so hard to fight. Come on. Yes, he's shattering. Well, I'm sieging back. Even though we could win battles against both Sokoto and Great Britain, it seemed that in the long run, this was not possible. Both nations were incredibly powerful. And on a 1v1, I could beat either one. But in a 2 versus 1 situation where I can't have anyone to call in, no one wanted to join in on my side in the entire lobby, there was actually no way to win. Oh my. At least I can take Nibble Hedge again.
Okay guys, you know what that means, right? Time to declare independence.
We went from being the strongest nation to now the 3rd strongest nation. We were still pretty strong because of our colonies, but that was that. And if there's anything to take away from this campaign is, as Spain, your game might be better in the early on in the mid game if you do kill your Portugal, but as the game progresses, it's better to have that reliable ally that can bring colonies, navy, and troops to the game and to your wars. Not only that, if you build an alliance with Portugal, it's very unlikely that your Portugal will betray you, and it's also very likely in the late game, in the mid to late game and late game, that your Portugal will help you in these wars when no one else will. No one really likes Spain except for Portugal. And as Spain, you are kind of in the crossroads of two different worlds, Africa and in Europe. And in many cases, if you're not careful, like in this campaign, you can end up in war with both very easily, both Africa and Europe, which we saw multiple times. We didn't even mention the one time, the first time I fought Sokoto, Switzerland attacked me and I just gave him my Toulouse vassal without fighting him. But yes, don't kill your Portugal if you're Spain, and if you're Portugal, don't betray your Spain. He's a great ally to have, trustworthy, and it's the most acceptable hug box in EU4 multiplayer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.